Hello friends and welcome back to the channel where today I want to do something a little bit different. I have been playing MCOC for roughly 9 years or so, can't remember the exact date that I started, and I have been uploading content for MCOC to YouTube since like 2017, which is I think when I started uploading Alliance War videos, so like 7 or 8 years or so. And one thing that I have never done in all of my time playing MCOC and uploading content for MCOC to YouTube is an account tour. And truthfully, I am not even sure I know how to do an account tour. I'm not sure what you, the viewer, would want to see from me in an account tour, so what I'm going to do today is basically just wing it and hope for the best. This will probably be heavily edited because I do have a tendency to ramble when I'm working without a script, and I am definitely working without a script right now. I've recorded this intro probably like 20 times already, so hopefully this is the one that sticks. Now, some of the things that I do want to cover in this video today, we'll start with like my profile, talk about a few of the things on there, move into my roster, talk about my rank 4 7 stars, why I chose them, maybe cover my rank 3s, who I'm looking to rank up next and why, talk about the content that I have done and maybe what I'm looking to do next as far as content. And then maybe we'll finish up with like my inventory, talk about some of the items that I have yet to use, and my decision-making process on where I'm going to use them or why I'm holding them. All right, let's start off with my profile here. Rocking the Void profile picture, of course. Sometimes I'll switch it up for a day or two, but I end up always coming back to that one. Also have the creator tag. That is something that I did not like at all when they first showed it off to us. I really didn't care for the green. It was just way too bright. But since then, I've really grown to like it, and I really do appreciate that Kabam has decided to give creators like in-game recognition. Very, very cool and uncommon for a video game company to do that. So something, again, that I've really grown to like, and I would definitely not get rid of the tag if I had the option to now. My alliance is SSX. I have been in SSX now for almost 3 years, which is kind of hard to believe. I joined in October of 2022, so this coming fall will be 3 years. I have no intention of leaving. SSX is my home. It is a great group of people, a great culture there, and so many of the people that I have met in SSX, I have become friends with outside of the game in real life. I went to my Alliance leader's wedding a couple years ago. Just so many good people and good friendships, and I really cannot imagine what my MCOC career would look like today if I hadn't decided to kind of take the leap almost 3 years ago and move up to like a more serious alliance. Just one of the best decisions I ever made in MCOC was joining SSX. Now, the title that I'm currently running is called The Endless Void, and I have absolutely no idea what that title is for. I'm only running it for obvious reasons. The title that I used to run was called Dark Shadow of Evil, and that was actually the title. It was from 2018 that you got from fully exploring the event quest where Sentry and Void were introduced to the game. But once this one came out, I was like, okay, well, I'm running this one pretty much full-time now, and I have since. The only thing that would get me to change this title would be if I could have my own title, or a title of my own creation, rather, put in the game. And sometimes Kabam will do this with, like, International Women's Day. They'll have the female players add titles, or the CCP challenges. Mike and Legacy and Fintech got titles added to the game. That has kind of like been on my bucket list as having a title of my own in the game. And I actually have a Google Doc with like a list of possible titles, along with like some Everest style fights that I would love to have put into the game. I have so many ideas for fights like that. I also have ideas for like Karina's challenges too. So hopefully someday I'll get that call. Kabam Crashed will hit me up in my DMs and be like, yo, Sim, it is finally time. We're going to put some of your ideas in the game, and I will be ready to go at a moment's notice. Let's talk through the right-hand side here. Heroes, number of heroes, I don't really care about that. Like, I do enjoy the collecting aspect of MCOC, even like when it comes to like the nitty-gritty of 2-star champs, but 2-star champs are like weirdly expensive to hunt down. It's like 100 units a pop. When I get a new 2-star, I am excited, but I'm not going to spend the units to go actively hunt them down. Base hero rating, 9.3 million. I have no idea what that is compared to like an average for a player of my level, or a player in an alliance like an alliance that I'm in. It is what it is, whatever. Prestige 34.4 thousand. And again, I have no idea where that lands as far as averages for a player like myself. In SSX, we don't push prestige. We don't mandate rank ups. So my prestige is actually like a little bit above average. And I think in terms of ranking in SSX, I think I'm like 16th or so in prestige. We have a couple of like really beefy rosters, as you might imagine, so I don't expect to crack the top 5 anytime soon. My profile champs I am pretty pleased with. Ironheart is number 1. When I look at my profile, I'm pretty sure Dark Phoenix is number 1. When somebody else looks at my profile, I'm pretty pleased that one of my favorite champions is still hanging on there at the top of the profile. Dark Phoenix down there at number 2. Isophene, crawling up there. Nick Fury, one of my newest rank 4s, up on the profile there. He is already at Sig 200. I don't expect he'll stay there for very long, though, because if I recall correctly, his prestige is not very high. And I'm also not currently running any points in Deep Wounds, so he's not really getting any bonus from that. All right, let's move on to my roster here. We'll take a look at my rank 4 7 stars. I currently have 7 rank 4s, and I actually have enough catalysts at the moment to take up an 8th champion to rank 4, but I'm currently in horde mode because the Titan rollover happens in about 30 days or so next month, and there are so many good champions in that pool, many of whom I would be willing to rank up to rank 4, so we are holding all resources for the time being and probably choosing somebody from that Titan pool to join this group of 7. My first rank 4, of course, was my favorite champion in the game, Void. If you've been a follower of the channel for a while, you know that my journey to even obtaining a 7-star Void was very lengthy, very frustrating, had a good ending, of course, and I had zero hesitation whatsoever making him my first rank 4. Unfortunately, he's been stuck on Alliance War defense for the past several seasons, just kind of waiting for somebody else in my battle group to rank theirs up so I can have mine back for attack, hopefully soon, because I really do miss using him in Alliance War. My second rank 4 was probably my second overall favorite champion in the game. You've seen a ton of content on the channel from Ironheart. Just a phenomenal champion and a character who I feel like I helped champion, no pun intended, because she came out, very little interest, very little fanfare for Ironheart, and I just kept making content on her. I was, just pushing her utility, just so good for so many things, and I feel like, in the last few seasons of War especially, her value has just skyrocketed, and when they fixed her damage bug, she finally had like a level of damage that I felt matched her insane utility. So just one of the best tech characters in the game, in my opinion. Probably my overall favorite war attacker right now. I use her for everything. I just, if any fight is possible with Ironheart, I'll just, when we're planning war, I'll just be like, just let me use Ironheart here. It'll be fine. And it's nice that I am trusted with that by the other players in my battle group. Other rank 4s here, we've got Mean Jean. She was an easy choice for rank 4, just a phenomenal two-way character, really great defender, and a fantastic Everest character for attack as well. Isophene I ranked up prior to this past war season because I kind of saw the writing on the wall with Serpent placements. Serpent was being placed a lot on the first node on a Path 9, which is a hazard shift node, and I ended up taking that fight with her probably 3 or 4 times this past season, and having her at an even rank, specifically for all the rank 4 Serpents out there, I think has been very beneficial. I find her very easy to use. I love that you don't need a PhD to read and understand her kit. Something like that is really undervalued, I think, when it comes to champions today. And she's just simple, she's easy to use, she looks really, really cool, and she's very effective as well. Nick Fury we kind of talked about already. I ranked him up mostly for defense. because I struggle ranking up defenders for Alliance War. I'm usually one of the last people to volunteer to do one, but when Nick Fury was announced, I pretty much called him right away. I was like, this is a character that I will use on attack, and I really don't mind, having him on defense for the time being. So no regrets there with Nick Fury. Dust I ranked up at the spring cleaning event. I had been looking for a dupe on Dust for quite some time, and I ended up having to use an Awakening Gem on her during that event, which I was totally fine with. Dust has, she's kind of like the mutant version of Ironheart in a way, just like so much utility, fantastic immunities. The glancing is kind of like a slimmed down version of like Ironheart's tracking ability, where she prevents a lot of stuff on block through her glancing. Really, really fantastic damage, and again, similar to Isophene, very easy to play, easy to understand as well. A great war attacker and a decent defender as well, so I really like her as a two-way champion. And then my most recent rank 4 champion is Big Daddy Apocalypse there, unduped. His dupe pretty much does nothing for me for what I will use him for. Apocalypse, just an absolute monster in war. You're kind of seeing a theme here. I've been Alliance War focused for a long time now, actually the better part of 3 years since I joined SSX. So yeah, Apocalypse, just so good. His best synergy partner, Mr. Sinister, is also very good now, you may have heard, which means that it is way easier for him to get the genetic code or whatever to apply a Horseman pre-fight to any other mutant. So you pop a team in war with APOC and Sinister, and if you have a third spot for a mutant, or you can provide that pre-fight to another mutant from a different player, it's a lot easier now with a rank 4 Apocalypse than it was trying to use an Ascended 6-star. Alright, let's move on to my rank 3 champions here. We'll go class by class here because there are a lot. I have 47 rank 3s at the moment. I have the materials to rank up a bunch more, but again, I'm kind of waiting until June, like I mentioned before. Photon, she's close to max sig, phenomenal two-way character. Titania, I still think one of the best science champions in the game, just so good. The buff immunity is clutch, indestructible, unstoppable, unblockable, just really, really good. Deathless She-Hulk, phenomenal character. I really wish I had reasons to use her more frequently. We do assign her in war here and there, but she's just so easy to use. I actually prefer her quite a bit to the original She-Hulk. I find it's much easier with this version to keep her damage going and the tempo of the fight going. So just a fantastic character. Papa Luke, another fantastic war champion, a top contender for a science rank 4 for me. In war, he basically just turns off any mystic fight, like no matter what the node is. It's crazy. Even on a hazard shift node, like you do a power start 1 with Luke Cage, build your concussions up with that special 2, and then the fight is basically over and he's not going to die. And the safety net with the indestructible, it's just what a fantastic buff he got. Spider-Ham, Silk, great champions. I-Bomb is actually my most recent rank 3. I just ended up taking him up on a whim the other day. Red Guardian, a champion that I never really ranked up as a 6-star. Immediate rank up for me as a 7-star, just so good. Punk I ranked up for defense. I don't really use him very much. His playstyle is kind of not for me. Like, I can play Punk, but he's not one of my favorite champs to play. Sentry I ranked up mostly for Necropolis challenges, and I end up using him in AQ every day. He is just such a good Alliance Quest champ, especially for the paths that I run in AQ. I actually did a video where I did my entire path in all 3 sections with Sentry in 15-20 minutes or so. He's just so good. Once you ramp him up to 10 charges, his damage output is incredible. And then the leader is a champion that we assign quite a bit in SSX. We do have a rank 4 leader in my battle group, so I don't think I've ever had to use him, but his utility of the severe debuffs I think is extremely valuable. So that's the science class. Let's move on to the skill class. A fewer amount of rank 3s in the skill class. Black Cat, a very high natural sig. Again, a character that I kept pulling early on, and I was very annoyed at pulling. Now I think she's one of the best skill champs in the game when you can get her into a science matchup where she can sabotage their abilities and just unload tons of damage on them. Atuma I don't really use much in war. He suffers a lot from the Inequity Mastery when you're fighting in war, so really only functions as like a defender here and there. Silver Sable, I ended up taking her to rank 3 for the Epic of Pain challenges, where she was one of the best champions for one of those middle paths with the debuffs. Just really, really good. Phenomenal against science champions with her 100% Disorient passive on her heavy attack. Really, really good. Chioth is probably my top option for my next rank 4 skill champ. Just one of the best skill champs in the game. The bleeds are outrageous. BMcG just did a video on his rank 4 Chioth the other day. If you haven't watched that, you should go check it out. Chioth is just so good. And if you don't have a Chioth ranked up, or you don't think that she's worth ranking up, you are truly missing out. Bullseye, again, I don't really use him much on offense, mostly just a defender. Mole Man, he's gotten some play here and there, but again, we have a rank 4 Mole Man in the battle group with Nagase, and Nagase is like one of the best Mole Man players in the world. We send him to all kinds of ridiculous crap with his rank 4 Mole Man, and he just like plows through it all. So I love Mole Man, probably won't use him that much. All right, let's move on to the Mutant class here. First up is Dani. Dani is in like a weird spot. Like, I don't regret ranking her up, but I also don't want to invest the SIGs into her. I had to move the Gambit relic, the 6-star relic, over to Dust, so Dani's hurting right now a little bit. And, maybe with like the rank 4 Nick Furies running around, Dani's value will start to increase again. The jury's kind of out on that one for now. Now, Negasonic, however, probably going to be my next Mutant rank 4. Mutant is the only class that I have 2 rank 4s in right now, with APOC and Dust, which is funny because it's like my least favorite class. But Negasonic's value in war is like 10 out of 10 for me. We send her to a lot of different fights. She is a hard counter to basically any skill defender on a variety of nodes. She has a 100% reduction in evade chance. So like even for Lumitrix, she is basically a hard counter to Lumitrix as well. Just a fantastic champion. Now, Storm is really just a fun rank up. I did use her for an Necropolis challenge. Just loads of damage. Just really, really fun to use. I use her a lot in questing as well. Onslaught, I don't really think I need to cover Onslaught. He is, arguably the best mutant in the game. Mr. Sinister, again, I could rank him up to rank 4, but I feel like he is so busted at rank 3 that I probably won't be gaining much at rank 4. Deadpool, again, kind of a fun rank up. He is just a nuke, essentially. I got tired of banning Deadpool X-Forces in Battlegrounds, and in the little Battlegrounds that I do play, so I ended up just ranking mine up so that I didn't have to ban other people's anymore. All right, let's move on to the Cosmic class here. A lot of Cosmic rank 3s. A lot of these champs I would immediately rank up to rank 4 if I had like enough resources. Like Scream, a great champion, Deathless Thanos, Deathless King Groot, Vox, Serpent, Gladiator, Medusa, just a lot of really, really good champions. I have no idea which Cosmic champ is going to be next for me when it comes to rank 4. Phoenix is my newest rank 3 champ. I just ranked her up. I actually used an Awakening gem on her because she's fine at Sig 1, and I had a Cosmic gem in my inventory. We'll see how much play she gets in Alliance War. Usually Zola, who is like her target matchup, usually Zola is on a node where it kind of prevents her from working with the passive stun. But I think she has some good uses potentially on the Stun Reflect mini up on node 49. So we'll see. We'll kind of see what happens with her. I do like her playstyle. I think she's a lot of fun to play. Some decent damage as well. Let's move on to the Tech class. A lot of good options here. I've been slowly getting Prowler's Sig level up. I think he is in the triple digits now. I don't know how close he is to 200. But Prowler, probably my next Tech rank 4. I may end up ranking up like Zola for defense, depending on how the Titan pool goes in June. We'll see what happens with that. Omega Sentinel, again, one of my favorite Tech champs. Sentinel, Jack, Punisher 29.9, Arcade, Red Skull. These are all very good champions. Not sure I would need any of them at rank 4, other than maybe Prowler though. And then last but not least, Mystic. Not a lot of Mystic rank 3s at the moment. Kushala, Chavez, Purgatory, and Enchantress. No idea who I'm going to rank up next from the Mystic class. Probably Kushala. Purgatory gets banned a lot these days, although I might get stuck ranking up Enchantress again for defense, but we'll see. Chavez, if you would ask me like 6 months ago, she would have been at the top of the list, but I think with this new war map, her value has kind of gone down significantly. I don't think we've sent a Chavez maybe more than like once or twice the past few seasons, so I think her value as a war attacker has gone down. Kushala's value has gone up. She has been banned. Will probably be black. I think no, she will be whitelisted in the next season, so she will have some availability. So maybe her next, unless there's another good Mystic coming out. All right, let's take a look at content here. Not much to say, honestly. I have every one of these Everest quests up to 100% exploration, fully explored Necropolis, Epic of Pain, Eternity of Pain, including that ridiculous, the single path that you basically have to use Hercules for. I did that for the profile picture. I even fully explored the original Grandmaster's Gauntlet. And to do that, if you remember, like each of the paths in the gauntlet has like 2 different teleporters at the end, and the one teleporter takes you to the boss, the next one takes you to the next path. So you have to like do path 1, go to the boss, path 1, path 2, go to the boss, path 1, path 2, path 3, go to the boss, etc. So I was supremely bored one night, and I was like, let's go ahead and just explore the gauntlet so I can get that sweet 100% explored banner. So, all the Everest content is completely done. I've got all the variants done as well. Like, when it comes to content, I'm really just going month to month now. Like, especially with the introduction of the Valiant Gauntlet, I don't have to do as much EQ as I used to. I'll hop into the Valiant Gauntlet right away, which is phenomenal if you haven't done it. I'll do the Paragon Gauntlet, and then it's just like auto-fighting the lower levels of EQ for the free units, which is, as you can see, what I'm doing now. Act 9, all of it is 100%. I've been doing itemless story content for a while now. I think I started maybe back in like Act 7, so I've done like 7, 8, and 9 totally itemless, for no good reason other than it's just fun to do. I like the strategy, I like the planning, the team building that comes along with story content. Story content these days isn't necessarily very difficult. And I think that's probably intentional because it's an easy way for players to make meaningful progression in the game is by doing story content. So, like, I don't really mind doing it itemless. We have fewer, path restarts than we used to. It is frustrating getting to the end of a path and needing to start over, but I've kind of stuck with it to this point. I think I'm going to continue to stick with it whenever 9.3 comes out. So then the last thing I think I'm going to talk about is anything in my inventory. I don't think there's much in here to discuss, truthfully. I do have a couple of like awakening gems that we can talk about. I have this skill gem that I think I'm saving for Yelena. Again, hoarding for the June Titan rollover. If we do happen to pull her twice, then I will probably use this on Lumitrix, who I was only able to get once. But yeah, I almost used this on Nick Fury. Talked it over during that stream if you were there for that, and ended up being convinced to save this, and I think it's the right call. I also have 2 tech gems. I think one of these I am saving for Vivision. Should she ever be added to the game, I will have a gem ready for her. I have no idea who I'm going to use this other one on. Maybe like Zola or Bastion from this coming Titan pool. If I can't pull them twice, I'll probably use a gem on one of them. And then I still have a generic 7-star Awakening gem. I have no idea where I got this from or how long I've had it in my inventory. No plans on using this. No idea who I will use this on. It's a mystery. I don't know. We'll see. Other than that, it's a bunch of, just normal Sigstone stuff. I have this weird thing where I will save 1 Sigstone from every like weird event. Like I've got the Glorious Games Sigstone, the Omega Days one is up there. This is the Gifted Guardians Sigstone, right? Or the Glorious Guardians, yeah. And then there's a Deathless Stone here at the top, Ex Magica, and then the arcade games. And I saved one of them. I don't know why I'm like this. It's weird, but they look cool. The designs on these are very cool. So I'm not gonna get rid of saving one. It's fine. It's not a problem. So I think that's everything that I wanted to cover in an account tour. So again, I hope you enjoyed this. I have no idea how long this video is going to be after I'm done editing it. Hopefully it's not like 45 minutes long and I haven't lost you 20 minutes ago. So let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this, and if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I would encourage you to do so. And if you could hit like on this video, that would be really, really appreciated. Helps me out with the algorithm and all that fun YouTube stuff. So as always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.